Frontline Conversations, leading the debate since 1984.
Hello and welcome to the Frontline Conversations. Today we are with Mr. Aaditya Thackeray. Aditya is the son of Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray and leader of Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray party. The first time MLA he contested in 2019 and he was a minister in Uddhav Thackeray government which was toppled in 2022. Aditya is a promising leader of his party, a scion of Thackeray family, and we are going to discuss about the upcoming Maharashtra elections. Hello and welcome, sir. First question. We have seen in Maharashtra in last 5 years the upside down of politics. We have seen how governments were formed, how governments were toppled, how parties were broken, how parties were given by Election Commission of India to the parted factions. So on this background, what do you see or what do you think that what is your learning experience of these 5 years? Because at the same time, this was your first term as an MLA, or rather, the first term of MLA of any person in the Thackeray family. So, how do you see these 5 years?
बेसिकली महाराष्ट्र एक एक्झाम्पल म्हणून आहे किंवा साधारणपणे दोन इक्वल हाफ्सचं गव्हर्नन्स मॉडेल कसं आहे हे आपल्याला दिसून येते. MBA's governance model, if you see, was during COVID. At that time, of course, while we were managing COVID, we managed to pull in industries, investment, foreign direct investment. We managed to keep the plants and companies that were already in Maharashtra still content with being in Maharashtra. Law and order was perfectly in order. There was a system set in government, unlike the anarchy that you saw in the latter 2.5 years. Even during COVID, you saw projects like the MDHL, Coastal Road, Navi Mumbai Airport, multiple projects across Maharashtra be on the track and to be completed in time. As against that, if you look at the next 2.5 years, an unconstitutional government, absolute anarchy, to a point where nobody knows what the system is, massive corruption, which is at all time high, and of course, a collapse in law and order. So these are, I think, two absolute extremes that we saw in the last 5 years. आणि हे जर आपण पाहिलं तर मग एका बाजूला एक विश्वासू चेहरा विच वॉज उद्धव बाळासाहेब ठाकरे, शेतकऱ्यांचा विश्वास होता, महिलांचा विश्वास आहे, परत इंडस्ट्रियलिस्टनी विश्वास ठेवून गुंतवणूक केली, WHO ज्या धारावी मॉडेलचं कौतुक केलं, आणि ॲट द सेम टाइम लोकांनी त्यांना रिस्पॉन्ड करत राहिले थ्रू आउट कोविड. दुसऱ्या बाजूला जर तुम्ही पाहिलं तर ज्या माणसांनी गद्दारी केली, ॲब्सल्यूट बॅकस्टॅबिंग केलं, इंडस्ट्रियलिस्टना आता महाराष्ट्रात येण्यासारखं वाटत नाही. ज्या होत्या इंडस्ट्रीज आणि येणार होत्या इंडस्ट्रीज ते सगळ्या पाठवल्या जातात गुजरातमध्ये. तर हे हे जे दोन एक्स्ट्रीम्स आहेत हे इझिली कम्पेरेबल आहेत, लोकांसमोर आहेत.
So, you think
सो मी मी फॉर अ मिनिट पॉलिटिकल सिच्युएशन तर बाजूलाच ठेवतो, ही सोशल सिच्युएशन झाली.
you really think that Maharashtra has seen setbacks on all the fronts in last 2.5 years? That is after your government was toppled in 2022.
आपण बघा आता जसं मॅग्नेटिक महाराष्ट्राचे कार्यक्रम आम्ही घेत होतो, कोविडच्या लॉकडाऊन 1 मध्ये पण घेतला होता. डॅवॉसला जाऊन 80,000 कोटीची गुंतवणूक जी आणली. इनफॅक्ट मध्ये मला कुठच्या तरी न्यूजपेपरने आमचं फेअर अनालिसिस पण केली, आणि 95% ऑफ द MOUs that get signed have been converted to work on ground. As against बेसिकली तुम्ही पहा ना आता पॉलिटिकल इन्स्टेबिलिटी, सोशल डिसहार्मनी, प्रत्येक समाजात आज काहीतरी भाजपने वाद निर्माण करून ठेवलेले आहेत. आणि जिथे API वर हमला होतो पोलीस पुण्यामध्ये, पॉलिटिशियन्स मारले जात आहेत, रॅश ड्रायव्हिंग आपण पाहतोय, महिला सुरक्षित आहे, जिथे महिलांना शिवीगाळ करणारे नेते कॅबिनेट मंत्री आहेत. तर इथे कसं इन्व्हेस्टमेंट येणार?
So please tell us what are going to be your main issues of campaign in elections and to build a narrative.
बेसिकली आय थिंक प्रमुख मुद्दा ऑफकोर्स माझ्यासाठी, जर मी माझ्या पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह मधून बघितलं आणि असंख्य जे तरुण आहेत, तर लाईक आय सेड ॲट दसरा रॅली, जॉब्स जॉब्स जॉब्स. कारण टुडे मोस्ट ऑफ द सोशल डिसऑर्डर दॅट वी आर सीइंग इज कमिंग थ्रू अ लॅक ऑफ जॉब्स, आणि दॅट इज अक्रॉस द स्टेट, इन एव्हरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट. शेतकऱ्यांना तुम्ही विचाराल तर ऑफकोर्स शेतकऱ्यांचं नुकसान तर झालंच आहे, पिकाचं नुकसान सतत होत आहे, क्लायमेट चेंज आपल्याला दिसत आहे. परत बाकीचे जे त्यांचे सामग्री साहित्य हे असतं, साहित्य असतं, जसं बियाणं आहे किंवा काय, त्याच्यावर GST परवडत नाही. शेतमालाला भाव नाहीये. मग ऑब्व्हियसली तुम्ही त्यांना विचारा की पुढचा प्रश्न हा असतो की जे माझं पण इंटरॅक्शन त्याच्यावर झालं की तुमची मुलं तुम्हाला वाटतं की शेतकरी बनायला पाहिजे तर नाही. मग कुठे जातात? शहराकडे जातात. MIDC मध्ये जॉब आहे का? नाही. स्पर्धा परीक्षा ज्या सरकारी आहेत MPSCच्या वगैरे त्याच्यात तुम्हाला नीट न्याय मिळतोय का? नाही. मग जॉबचा जो मोठा विषय आज देशात बघतोय आपण तसाच महाराष्ट्रात हा जास्ती मोठा विषय झालेला. कारण महाराष्ट्रात नुसतं महाराष्ट्रातली मुलं राहिली नाही तर देशभरातून युवा युवती येतात फॉर जॉब्स. आणि जेव्हा वेदांत फॉक्सकॉन सारखा प्रकल्प महाराष्ट्रातून निघून जातो, गुजरातला जातो अँड विदिन 5 months they say we cannot operate in Dolena and we are getting out of the country. हे नुकसान देशाचं झालं.
Opposition leaders are claiming that this industrial exodus is actually a conspiracy against Maharashtra by central government. Are you really believe it? First, and second thing is, you think people of Maharashtra are supporting this conspiracy theory?
See, Maharashtra has always been the economic powerhouse of the country. Apart from the fact that the GST does not come back to us in time, if you look at the industrial decline Maharashtra has faced in the past 2.5 years, Magnetic Maharashtra, not a single Magnetic Maharashtra event has been held. Not a single one. Huh? Two, if you look at both the Davos junkets of the illegal CM, crazy expenditure, but if you see the real revenue or investment, nil. I have exposed both the trips, including the companies that signed the MOUs and how bogus they are. Three, what is more sketchy about Vedanta Foxconn is just before announcing their move to go to Gujarat, they had a meeting with DCM Devendra Fadnavis. Did he ask them to go to Gujarat? Otherwise, if the central government is backed by, if the central government is of the BJP and the state government is backed by the BJP, what has Maharashtra committed as a fault or a sin that the BJP does not let industries come to Maharashtra? What would have gone wrong if one of the big industries would have come to Maharashtra? They forced the diamond boards to go and open up shop in Gujarat. They forced the International Financial Services Center to go to Gujarat as gift city. They have forced solar energy equipment park, textile park, Airbus Tata that could have come in Vidarbha, medical device park, bulk drug park. If you break down all of these in terms of bulk drugs, Maharashtra is a leading producer of pharmaceutical drugs. So why haven't we got the park? In terms of medical devices, we've produced and supplied vaccines to the world from Maharashtra. Why haven't we got that park? Why don't we get those subsidies and incentives? What is this hatred towards Maharashtra?
So you think this issue is circulating in public? People are also feeling the same.
Absolutely, this is a huge wound for us, especially the young men and women who are looking for jobs. Because if you see slowly and steadily what they have caused in Maharashtra is a decline of political stability, a decline in law and order, and leading to a decline in the trust that the industrialists and the industry repose in Maharashtra's political leaders. So today, because of whatever's happening, it's seeming to India, evidently so, that law and order is not good. Crime is on the rise. Crime against women are on the rise. And of course, because there's no political stability, who do they go to? So they go into other states.
So you're talking about law and order. We have seen
This is actually a proper plan to take back Maharashtra.
to take back Maharashtra.
Take Maharashtra behind.
Okay. You are talking about law and order. We have seen murders of politicians
Yes.
on camera in the former
What was
minister-
sad was when our cooperator Abhishek Gosalkar was shot on Facebook Live. The DCM, the kind of words he used, saying "ekada kutra jari milo tari tumhala vicharnar ka." This is so insensitive. Is he even fit to be an elected representative? Forget a minister.
So you are talking about Devendra Fadnavis
Yes.
now. So you think Devendra Fadnavis has completely failed as a home minister?
I think it's the entire machinery because see, finally, the larger responsibility also lies with the chief minister. The lathi charge and the attack on Jarangi Patil, the lathi charge on Varkaris, the lathi charge on various sections across Maharashtra who were protesting, for example, farmers and all, and then the law and order situation where where spoiled brats are driving their cars over innocent civilians on the street and can get away with writing an essay. The fact that a policeman can be attacked in Pune and nobody knows who's done it. I think it's a complete decline in administration, and not just the home minister. The illegal CM is responsible for this. You see his men going and threatening industries, be it in Mahad, be it in Nashik. Industrialists are scared to operate.
So these are the two topics. Apart from this, what topics are going to be your focus in this campaign?
Look, I think there's a lot of other things as well, and you'll see that coming in the manifesto, which will come out very soon. Um, Multiple things. For example, Maharashtra is facing an urban decay, whereas we are urbanizing very rapidly. Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, Thane, Kolhapur, Solapur, Navi Mumbai, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, all of these cities today, largely all these cities are without elected representatives for 2 years. People have no voice, ALMs have no voice, societies have no voice. Garbage isn't being picked up. Water is a major issue. Electricity bills are rising. Public transport has collapsed. Look at Mumbai. BST has collapsed. The common man is facing an issue. Likewise, agrarian distress is at its all-time high. All of these issues will have to be addressed. But like I said, the larger priority apart from this will be creation of jobs.
And you have been talking about the Dharavi redevelopment.
Yes.
And Mumbai is your bastion, so I would like to ask you how you see the entire Dharavi issue.
I think I can probably write an essay for the newspaper on that. But Dharavi issue is very simple. We are not against redevelopment. We want Dharavi to be redeveloped or just developed also. Two, we are not against a particular industrialist. We want basically Mumbai to prosper along with whoever is trying to redevelop or develop areas in Mumbai. If you look at what is happening in Dharavi, the core Dharavi is about 300 acres, which has hutments and micro industries. There has been more land attached to it, which is the railway land and the Tata Power receiving station, which makes it about 540 acres, only because project affected persons can, or PTC, which is your transit project transit can be made there. Or you can make new buildings and do key to key development. Now, in this tender, some of the faults are staircase premium has been exempted, open space premium has been exempted. If you want to construct a building in Mumbai, you need to take TDR. And now, as per law, as per this new tender, the first 50% of your TDR has to come from only and only Adani Group. Why should Adani Group become the ruler of Mumbai? Unelected ruler of Mumbai. And that too for free.
Are you going to revoke it?
100%. 100%. To the TDR will be given to him if it is his choice to do so, and if it is his will to do so, at a rate he chooses to do so. Why? Apart from these 540 acres, another 540 acres have been given to Mr. Adani to develop 20 other Dharavis for those who will be ineligible, for 1.5 lakh families who will be determined to be ineligible to get a house in Dharavi. So eventually what you're doing is creating 20 other Dharavis, be it in Kurla, be it in Mulund, be it in Vikhroli, be it in Ghatkopar, be it in Mud. 1080 acres of Mumbai, prime land, given to the owner of BJP free of cost.
Owner of BJP?
Absolutely. And Eknath Shinde. Free of cost. This is my problem. If he prospers, becomes the richest man, I will be most happy. But not at the cost of Mumbai. You can't loot Mumbai. Give Mumbai its due and become the richest, we'll be more than happy for you, we'll support you outright. But another big problem, like Dharavi, is the Koliwada's Gauthans coming under the cluster development. A similar thing is happening. Just like they want to usurp Dharavi, they want to take all of Maharashtra's Koliwadas and Gauthans as per the housing policy, show it as a cluster, which is actually just SRA in sweeter terms, put all the Koli brethren into the buildings and basically clear it up for builders. This policy of looting Maharashtra at the hands of Eknath Shinde backed by BJP is what we are against.
So you think your government was toppled to do all these things?
Absolutely. It is very clear because we were not allowing corruption, we were not allowing loot. You look at what is happening with the BMC tenders, look at what is happening with the Pune riverfront development, look at what is happening with Vetal technique, look at what is happening with MPCB going astray and sending notices to industrialists and then asking them and meet them and see their menu card or the rate card. This is absolute anarchy and corruption. If you see unelected urban local bodies across Maharashtra, they have been doling out lands to builders and contractors free of cost or for some benefit. Why? And this is why they have kept us out of power.
So, are you saying that once you come to the power, you are going to review all these decisions?
We will absolutely review it, set up investigative authorities, fair and free, and bring them to justice.
So, let me come to the political issues. Basically, this is the election where people think that who is the real Shiv Sena? The answer of who is the real Shiv Sena is going to come out.
I think a thief claiming an ownership over a certain thing cannot be the owner. A thief is always a thief. But, like I said, for a minute, when you said coming to the political issues, to my mind it was the same. That political issues are no longer about what happened to me or what is happening or whatever. For an instance, even if you take me out of the situation, what is happening to my state is what hurts me the most.
The election commission giving Shiv Sena to Eknath Shinde is completely rejected by the people in Lok Sabha, and they are going to do same in Assam.
Absolutely. And see, the election commission is always what we've said, as for this at least decision that they gave, the ECI meant the entirely compromised commission of India, not election commission of India.
Uh, Two things that BJP is trying to do after the Lok Sabha elections. One is welfare schemes, multiple welfare schemes, and second is continuous talk about the Muslim votes voting to the Shiv Sena. So let's come to the first these welfare schemes about the Ladki Bahin. How do you think this is going to
I
impact?
think the joke is on us because the real welfare is happening only for the corrupt contractors and builders. On one hand, they will show that they have exempted you of paying 45 rupees as your toll tax. But on the other hand, they're giving 1 lakh crore as a direct revenue benefit to Adani. Now compare that to the people who said they will give you 15 lakh rupees in your bank accounts in 2014. 10 years later, talking about 1500 rupees. The other day, I saw Yogi ji distributing checks of 300 rupees. I'm telling you, this government is so shameless that they will give you checks of 150 rupees next if they come to power. And what I have heard from one of the inside leaders of BJP is they plan to take this issue of Ladki Bahin to court through a PIL and get it halted after the government comes to power, if the government comes to power. We will give additional money in the Ladki Bahin scheme, but also along with that, for us, what is also very important is respect of women and safety of women. Otherwise, we wouldn't have brought in the Shakti bill, which has been halted by the then governor and sent to the president for the last 3 years.
Okay, and so what is about this continuous talk about vote jihad?
I think what is wrong if Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Parsis, Christians, Buddhists vote for us? They are citizens of India, they are entitled to a vote, and they must vote. What is wrong? In fact, the BJP is the one that uses Hindus only for elections and then divides Hindus into castes and makes them fight.
So basically, this vote jihad, you think it is for the polarization of Hindu?
Absolutely. If you see, what would the Prime Minister say when he hugs Nawaz Sharif? What kind of jihad is that? What would the Prime Minister say, or what would the BJP say when they play cricket with Bangladesh, who has been, as a country, been accused of committing atrocities on Hindus in the past 2 months? What jihad is that? What happens when the RSS chief visits Dargah? What jihad is that?
So Muslim organizations are also criticizing you because they voted you in large number in Lok Sabha. That even your party has also acknowledged publicly that in this election you are giving only one Muslim.
Look, we in our party never give tickets based on caste, creed, region, religion. Uh, we give tickets on whoever can fit and win that situation or seat very clearly. Be it one, be it two, be it more. Harun Khan has been a loyal party karyakarta for decades. He has been working very hard in that constituency. He's been serving the people, and likewise, as we go further, we will not hold back anyone from any religion who is contesting from Shiv Sena and has a track record of serving the people. So, and I think everyone knows that what we are fighting today is not about any particular identity apart from the state of Maharashtra, which will be bulldozed by the BJP if it wins.
So I would like to ask you an interesting question about the alliance, your alliance. For the first time in I think in the history of Shiv Sena, you are going to election with an alliance with the Congress.
After the Lok Sabha, yes.
After, so of course the Lok
Yeah.
Sabha and also this assembly elections. Okay, and you were in alliance with the BJP for a longer time, almost 20.
But having said that,
What is the difference between both?
I'll tell you, having said that, I think there was an instance where the Janata Party had stone pelted the Shiv Sena Bhavan and
Barasaheb had supported the
supported
Congress.
the Congress.
But that time Barasaheb was not in alliance with
No,
the
yes, but there was never vindictive politics between them. We had supported Pratibha Tai Patil for the president very openly when the BJP had put up its candidate. We had supported Prananda for the candidature, and there has always been a good relationship with a lot of leaders here, be it Vilas Rao ji, be it Sushil Kumar ji, be it Pawar Sahib. All of them have always been on a friendly term with us. Unfortunately, what is happening is, and this is sad for our state, where the BJP is actually BJP-fying our state in terms of the state's culture. We were never vindictive. Maharashtra wasn't the one to be divided in caste, creed, and religion. Maharashtra was never the one to respond to calls of mob lynching. Maharashtra never really bothered about what you ate and what color of clothes you wore. The BJP is trying to impose their culture, the core culture of BJP, which divides people and allows them to rule. They wanting to inject that into Maharashtra. To fight that, Congress, NCP, SP, and us have come together along with the other allies.
So you're
We're
saying,
fighting for our state.
so you're saying BJP is or has been attacking Maharashtra Dharma, and that's why you are
Yes,
together.
the Asmita of Maharashtra, yes, but the Sanskriti of Maharashtra also. When was mob lynching a thing before BJP actually took power in Maharashtra? Never. When was vindictive politics a thing in Maharashtra before BJP took power in Maharashtra? Never. When was such a divide seen on caste lines and religious lines in Maharashtra before BJP took power in Maharashtra? Never.
So, as you mentioned, the way caste polarization is happening, especially in Marathwada and part of Western Maharashtra and part of North Maharashtra, how do you see it?
I see it again, primarily coming from the age group that I come from, I see it largely a fight for jobs again. Because what everyone is asking, of course, is asking for reservations and for their rights, which is correct, and they should obviously get their rights. But eventually, when we get reservations, we are asking for reservations in jobs. Today, what the BJP is doing is fooling all castes, trying to dissuade them, trying to keep them politically engaged, politically fighting so that the BJP can win. But apart from that, at the same time, they've taken the jobs away. So, where will the jobs come from?
So that is the core issue. The employment is a core
I
issue
think
of the.
employment is the core issue. Look at Mumbai, look at any other city, look at any other district in Maharashtra. Today, the biggest issue is unemployed youth. For a constable recruitment drive of Mumbai police, you had 17,000 posts. You had 17 lakh people coming in. You have Air India asking for 600 posts recruitment. You have 25,000 people coming in. You have sweepers post open for recruitment, and you have highly educated, qualified people applying for that. This is the situation in Maharashtra today.
Let me ask you about the seat sharing with Congress first. Are you happy with what has happened? Because there were much news items that people, Shiv Sena is not happy, Congress is not happy. So finally, it is sorted out.
I think the news items are just sort of distractions. When we sit for seat sharing, we're looking at a factual picture, we're looking at a very focused picture of Maharashtra. And at least for the Shiv Sena UBT, I can say that we went in with a very selfless motive of making the MVA win. And that is what we want. We will be very happy when even our allies perform better and do well.
So let me ask you in this way. Basically, there is a survey done by Hindu and CSDS and Lokniti, and that survey clearly shows that Uddhav Thackeray is the most popular leader for a chief minister post. He is leading with a 28%, which is substantially high. And the second number is Eknath Shinde with 20%, Devendra Fadnavis is 16%. So there was a buzz and there was a talk in political corridors that boss Uddhav Thackeray is going to be the chief minister face of this MVA, Mahavikas Aghadi. How do you see it?
I see it in multiple perspectives. Seeing someone as a leader, as a father who has worked through the COVID times, in the toughest of times, and we had just gotten power. It was our first experience with government and administration. We were learning on the job. And seeing the kind of response now I get from the people, I think, of course, he did a fantastic job and would do a fantastic job now in a much open environment where we need political stability, trustworthiness in governance, and bringing the system back. Two, coming from the perspective of the Shiv Sena UBT, of course, the party people, the cadre feel that he should be leading the state. Three, whenever I interact with the people, and along with whatever surveys I've seen, the surveys we are doing, and the trackers we are running, obviously there is a strong sense across farmers, women, students, young people, that the man fit to lead the state today is Uddhav Thackeray. Now that is the truth. Being the son and knowing Uddhavji also as a leader, I think what is very important for him is to get the looting regime of Eknath Shinde and BJP out of government. For us, it is not about our personal ambition. It is not about who becomes a CM. It is about bringing MVA to power and saving Maharashtra from the clutches of the BJP.
So no issue of CM post. The
I
main
mean,
target is
Uddhavji already said that if there is any other candidate that the other two parties want to pitch, we're happy for it.
How do you see, because the results are coming on 23rd and the tenure of current assembly is going to end on 26th November, and people think that this is a plan to push Maharashtra to the president role. How do you see this?
See, technically there should have been elections 2 years ago. These cowards ran away to Surat, Guwahati, danced on tables in Goa. Uh, and even after having the majority backed government support from the centre and ED, CBI, Election Commission, everything, they were not willing to hold elections. Forget Stanik Swaraj, also urban local body elections, they're not even on their own seats. Not even in bastions, they feel our bastions like Thane. So I think uh, they will try to buy each day as possible because they have their commitment towards the contractors and builders. Our commitment is to the people, and it will be our duty to ensure to convince the people to vote for the MVA. Largely, if you see, the people are supporting the MVA, but decisively vote for the MVA and help us form government.
So you are going to form government. But if we go with the micro details of Lok Sabha elections, you are leading on 157 seats, and many people believe that this 157, even if turns true in assembly election, that is somehow the instable. That is not a
Now-
solid government. Why?
Okay,
Why?
but tell me, why do they believe this?
Because BJP is going
Exactly.
to top. Yes.
Now we need to realize what is letting our system rot. It is the BJP. Why should a government, even one member more than majority, be unstable? If the people have given a mandate to two parties, or the parties decide to form an alliance in whatever way and form a government, even one member more than majority is majority. Why should the BJP mingle with that? They've made the Karnataka government collapse. They made the Madhya Pradesh government collapse. In fact, the BJP was the only party in the world that was committing the sin of dirty politics during COVID. At the peak of COVID lockdown, the BJP has toppled the Madhya Pradesh government. At the peak of it. So then, why should this system be allowed to rot at the hands of BJP? And that is why we want to change the system in Maharashtra, change the government in Maharashtra.
So you think where MVA is landing with the numbers?
I think majority.
Clear majority.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. How do you see this independence? Because almost 35.
Many
40
independents are standing, you'll see independents across Maharashtra. With all due respect to the independents and the prowess and their work and the service, I think the people of Maharashtra will vote for the MV and choose definite parties rather than independents because today what we need in Maharashtra to attract jobs, to attract investment, to create political stability, social harmony is a strong government, a clean government, a trustworthy government.
And this Haryana model of BJP winning Haryana.
No, but then you also have Jammu and Kashmir at the same time where Omar Abdullah has won a majority. So one state here, one state there is great, but Maharashtra or no other state is like the other. You will always have certain differences, and I think the kind of dirty politics, the absolute dirty politics Maharashtra has witnessed at the hands of Eknath Shinde and BJP, that will be defeated by the people.
So I want to ask last two questions about your own constituency that you were ready. How was your experience as a MLA? Because for the first time somebody from the Thackeray family has come into electoral
Yes.
politics. Later on, Uddhavji joined as a MLC, and now Amit is, your cousin Amit is contesting. But how was your experience as an MLA? Because always it was said that boss, Thackeray family don't want to take any responsibility, but they want to enjoy power. But you completely kept that.
I think
different.
the thing is, I've always been in the habit of sort of going for site visits with the mayor when we were running the BMC, looking at things like education, BST, infrastructure projects. And when we got to, when I got elected, with God's grace, basically, and people's, blessings, we got to form government. And the first 2.5 years, we've seen cyclones, we've seen storms, we've seen COVID, we've seen political battles. The next 2.5 years, we've seen a system and a regime that is illegal, unconstitutional, coming at us with full force. The people of the state, the people of my constituency as well, have supported us and have cushioned us. And what is very satisfactory is, of course, in the past, whatever years we've been in politics, every candidate fighting was always our responsibility. But when you jump in the fray as a candidate too, I think it's obviously another sense of dedication, and that we've always had, but it just gets translated into work on ground as an MLA. So that has been there. If you look at what we've managed in my constituency, yes, during our government, we were looking at Worli A plus, transforming the look of Worli, looking at green spaces, pedestrian pathways, tactical urbanism, safe schools across Mumbai, of course. But along with that, the coastal route also would have been completed by December 2023. Worli Shuri connector would have been completed by November 2023. The BDD project, which was pending for 25 years, in fact, launched by Devendraji in 2016 and still not taken off, took off during our time, and you see Tower 1 already ready now. People will move in there by December or January. So that faith is there. A lot of slum rehabilitation projects which were pending for the last 15, 17 years have taken off. So work has started off.
And this time election, you think election will be tougher because MNS candidate is there and also the
No,
Ignition there.
I believe in my work. I believe in my constituents. My constituents obviously will bless me. Having said that, I don't take any election lightly.
And how do you see this sympathy thing? Because there was a buzz that your family, of course, have huge sympathy, but in Lok Sabha results, we seen that that sympathy might not have turned into electoral success.
I'll tell you what. So from day one, especially even when my father underwent 2 surgeries back then, coming out of it and the kind of treatment we got from the BJP, the kind of treatment we got from our own people in Chinde, yes, it is hurtful. It was hurtful back then. It will always be hurtful. We feel the sympathy. We feel the cushioning of the people, but we have never tried to convert the sympathy to votes. Because sympathy is something that basically cushions us and we hold it very close to our heart. We are grateful for that. What we are moving forward on are a couple of things. The love of the people, the blessings of the people, coming from the fact that Aaditya Thackeray, as the Chief Minister, actually worked day and night for the people to keep them safe during COVID, to keep them safe during the storms and cyclones, to keep the city and the state and every district working, be it the time of any disaster in the agrarian sector, supporting farmers back then, ensuring women's safety, ensuring law and order was good, and keeping the system up and running.
So you think more than sympathy, your work is going
It's the administrative qualification.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Frontline Conversations. Leading the debate since 1984.